Okay. First, what I read in the Camden County site said Camden County land use. Most of us did not get a chance to vote on P and Z, and it didn't apply to all of us. Is this a Camden County introduction of planning and zoning that you haven't bothered to ask us if we want? I see him shaking his head. Is this or is this not in the P and Z zone only or for the whole county?
Yeah, this is just P and Z only.
Okay.
Like area planning and zoning district.
Yeah.
The people who represent, since I'm not in that now, but I think those people need to be elected by the people in that area, not appointed by somebody with an agenda. And my third comment is for you, Mr. Williams. Nobody is ever going to buy your line again that you are a lifelong conservative and that you are a staunch protector. You sound like Mitt Romney. I'm a severe conservative. It's not going to fly anymore. The two of you need to be gone, and we need to have people that represent this county. This is, to put it bluntly, BS. Thank you.
We didn't just write that code. The whole goal here is to revise it and to make it easier for people. Like Greg said, it's a living document. We can continue to change it. We can continue to make it work better for people.
There is no such thing as a living document. It's a contract, it's a law, it's not going to be.
Well, it can continue to be changed, is what I'm saying.
And that's what we're here for, to make sure it goes away.
I think we welcome your changes. Let us know what you'd like to be changed to. We'll probably do.
Get rid of it. It's that simple. Get rid of it.
Well, it was voted on by the people of this county.
Can it be voted on again, like 6 people? No, he's
I was
talking about
unsure, but I'm not sure what the details are, but it could be voted on.
That's what I say, could it be on there, just, do we want planning and zoning or not? Can we dump it? I'm not just, trying not to be an over.
Okay, that's something, I will look into it. I will get back with you.
Like,
Okay,
James, have you read this?
No.
Every page?
No.
Greg, have you read every page?
I haven't read every page.
John, have you read every
I
page?
may have read every page over a period of time because we've been making revisions as we go, and as revisions come in, I would see them.
Have you
So,
read the final document within the last 4 weeks?
no, not all the way through.
Don, have you read every page?
I've read the revisions. I haven't read every page.
So you've not read every page. Okay. Do you think that the reason that people didn't show up to the meetings, the public hearings, was because we didn't care or we didn't know?
And to be honest with you, I was quite stunned that nobody was there because the method that we used to post those meetings were the same as every other meeting that we ever had in which this room gets filled with some specific issue. When we're dealing with planning and zoning, there's almost always a bunch of people in the room. But on these meetings that we had, and I believe that there were 3, there was not a soul in the room. It blew me away.
It blows me away too. It's my negligence that I didn't come, that I didn't know. I will agree with that. But you just said anything that's this concerning, this room fills up. As presiding commissioner, you should have known that this meeting was coming today. That once we found out that there were 54 pages that looked like California, New Jersey, Delaware, and worse, that this would happen and we'll be outraged. And it happens. So try better. Try again. Mention it at a commission meeting. Get the word out.
This code is far less restrictive than the one that we had right before it. So
Are you
the
sure?
length of the book is about the same as it was. Well, our code can always be less restrictive.
And that's a lot restrictive than it was before. That was the whole goal of making changes to it.
But I also want to remind you, because I've been going to these meetings for a long, long time, ever since they've happened, that every time you have a meeting and there's some point of controversy, typically there's about as many people in the room that are one way as the other on planning and zoning. So whenever something, typically what I've seen is when somebody wants to do something, they want to try to get it done, and when it's the next door neighbor, they don't want it happening. So that's kind of a little bit the way our government is. We're a first class county. If people wanna put it on the ballot and vote out planning and zoning, well, I guess we can do that and we can find out. We would see what the people would want to do.
I don't believe that anybody in this room doesn't think that we need some planning and zoning. What we don't want to look like and act like is the Illinois and the California that people flocked here from. The reason that our sales tax increase is up in the last 2 years is because of our freedom, not because of this. We flourish because we're independent. We flourish because we're hardy. Some of us, Greg Hasty, you and I both have been here for generations. This is not how we got here. We got here because we were independent, because we were strong, because we were here before the lake was even built. We're blessed with this, but this is not blessing us. So I ask, is there anybody in the room that's for this document as it stands that came today?
Is it less restrictive than the one that's currently in place? We don't really know, none of them all read all of them.
Hold on a second, Kim, do we have a PDF with the red lines on it where the changes occurred?
It was on the website for, quite a while, but it was so bad that you couldn't make heads or tails out of it. Because I guess so many different people had their hands on revising it. And you could never get
It was
a
very
good-
convoluted, I saw it
could not
too.
get a good, I mean, I tried every way I knew
Yeah.
to get a red line copy of it together, and it would never work, no matter what I tried.
I mean, we'd almost need to hire somebody just to specifically point out the changes between the codes, right?
I even painstakingly took a PDF and put it into a Word document and tried my best to clean that up and then compare it with Word. And it wasn't giving me any better red line copy than before.
Look, I wanna make this really clear here, folks. If any of you in this room have specific items that you wanna see changed to this code to make it operate better for this county, we're all ears. You send us something, we'll look at it, and we'll figure out some way to get this. I want that planning and zoning code to be adopted, because I want that waterfront setback gone as soon as possible. This has been a long fight to get anything adopted. These code changes that we're making are going to allow for development to take place that wouldn't have taken place before. Our code was so restrictive before that a developer wouldn't come in here and build housing for people who are trying to work and make a living here. And that is some of the things that we wanted to specifically address. We've made big changes with regard to this code to put our county in a position where a developer might be willing to come in and actually build residential housing for people who are trying to make a living here. That was one of the main focuses, but I'm just telling you, perfectly clear. If you've got something, if you've got some specifics, put them in writing. We'll get them there.
Well, like Stacy said, you guys had something before put together a group of people that were reviewing the revisions. Why don't we have that again? Why don't we go back to having, I'll be honest, I defer to John, Stacy, and Laura. I mean, they've been on planning and zoning boards. That's who I go to when I have questions about it. Obviously, Kim and Michelle help me out a ton, but I think maybe that would go a long way towards easing some of the tensions. I mean, you guys keep saying, well, send us the changes, well, why don't we have them like you had it.
Why don't we adopt all these changes that we've made now and get them underway, and we'll look at that other stuff.
What I'm saying,
I mean, the process has already been through. We've gone through the public hearings completely. No one showed up. And it was noticed just like every other meeting.
Well, Mr. Hasty, we've showed up today and we're telling you that we're not happy. So we're
Okay,
asking.
but you're not giving us anything specific.
I got this document and printed it at 10 o'clock last night because I was not aware. Now I'm here saying, I'm pleading to my representatives, please do not move forward until at least the concerned citizens in this room, 72 hours to read the documents, at least that long. some of us knew about this at 10 o'clock and I went and printed it. This is really interesting.
Okay,
The edge
your
of,
3 minutes is up.
really?
Yeah,
You all
it's been
have
up a long
You
time.
all have talked through most of it, actually.
Well, I've been watching, I've been timing when you. Okay, someone else.